My name is Robert Ditchburn. I work for the Destination Cafe. We're located in the heart of Port Credit. I'm a business manager.
My name's Marie Asuncion. I'm 23 years old. I graduated from the University of Toronto with a degree in a Bachelor of Music Performance for harp. For the past 3 months, I've been an ESL teacher. I teach immigrants English, and I also play at weddings and teach piano and harp.
My name is Patrick. I'm 24. I studied video game design and development at the International Academy of Design and Technology, and currently I'm working under Toronto District School Board. I write instruction manuals for software.
My name is Malcolm Sutherland. I am a student at U of T, graduating this summer with a degree in religion and philosophy. I also like to paint, I play guitar, and I design t-shirts.
My name is Laura Farage, and I am a peer support worker. I do anything from group facilitation, one-on-one peer support, to social rec activities, and it's the most fulfilling job I've ever had. But the road getting to where I am now was very rocky and very difficult.
I suffer from schizophrenia or schizoaffective disorder, and have been for 4 years now, and am well recovered at this point.
I was diagnosed with first episode psychosis at the age of 15. That was 8 years ago, and I'm doing well so far. Been on stable medication and see doctors regularly. I have a good social group of friends. My family's very supportive.
I knew there was something wrong with me, just that my thoughts were running very fast and I couldn't control them. And every day when I woke up, I would have to endure my thoughts racing through my head again, and I couldn't control that.
3 years ago, I developed psychosis, symptoms of psychosis. I had very severe illness. I was acting out. I was injuring myself, and I think generally self-destructive.
In 2005, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but I believe I've struggled with mental health issues my whole life.
My understanding of what psychosis is a break with reality. Like when I was diagnosed, I was working for a security company, and my illness became pretty intense over about a 6-month period in 2002, and I started to become very deluded, and thinking that there's a lot of conspiracies going on and things that weren't actually happening.
Psychosis is a chemical imbalance of a chemical transmitter known as dopamine. Unfortunately, I have too much dopamine, which causes symptoms such as paranoia, anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts and voices to emerge.
Latest sign I'd probably experience would be feeling that I understand everything about the universe, almost like unlocking the secrets of the universe. And that's the very last moment I have a chance to get help or take my medication immediately. Because if that goes on, then I start experiencing like a full-blown episode of psychosis.
I think psychosis is when you stop becoming functional in society because of your beliefs. I mean, we're free to believe whatever we want. We're free to have imagination, to have spirituality, faith, reason. But it's when those beliefs get in the way, when we become sick. We lose sight of who we are and the people that love us and so on, and we become scared and lose track of who you are and what you're doing, I guess.
It was April of 2005 when I started showing some signs of psychosis, and they were very much masked by my signs of depression. A doctor can only treat what they see, and I was put on some antidepressants, and after taking them for 6 months, I became so psychotic that I definitely had to be hospitalized, and then I had to take some time to take care of myself.
Recovery for me is definitely the outcome. People would sometimes assume it's the healing, but for me it's the outcome. What I now do in case I get sick, what outcomes and outlets I take into heart and do on a regular basis. To live a very balanced lifestyle, to make sure that you're not so caught up in the illness that it defines you, and sometimes that can be the case with a lot of people.
I think recovery is when you, or at least from my perspective, when I realized that, like, you know, I couldn't accept for the longest time that, like, I was schizophrenic, like I had schizophrenia. Like, it was impossible for me to understand or even admit that that was possible. But once I was able to fully say that, like, I do, and I can't change it, and then I do require help, and I do require medication to help me function, then that's kind of what recovery is, like the beginning of recovery, when you kind of put all the barriers down, where you realize that you do need certain things to aid you along, and then it's a slow process.
I think I learned that I had to communicate with people. I only really started to get better when I actually told the doctors what was going on with me. For a long time, I didn't say anything to anyone. I just acted strangely, and nobody really knew why I was doing it. Even to the point that I was almost going to be dismissed from the clinic because they didn't know how to diagnose me. They didn't know if I was really ill or whether I was just acting out for some reason, you know. So when I actually told the doctors what I was believing and what was going on inside myself, then at that point I started to get better. So I think I learned that you have to communicate with people. You have to keep the lines of communication open.
Well, I think what's important about recovery is knowing your boundaries. Also knowing that you need help. It's not something that you can go through alone.